We can listen, but we won't hear the midnight ride of Paul Revere, yet we still claim to see the lantern. It stands aglow against the night. It asks that someone come and fight. We claim this is familiar pattern. And then they choose to raise their hand. This is as right as our own land. For this most thank them without malice. Pursue happiness, liberty, or life. Maybe combine all three, or drift, ociously unfocused.
Staff Sergeant?
Sergeant!
We still getting out on the daylight patrol?
I haven't heard anything.
You talked to the platoon sergeant?
I haven't seen Sergeant Weissman. Where are your guys?
Getting Fisher acquainted with the night.
We're not getting enough sleep tonight.
We'll be all right once daylight hits. The sun always gives you energy. I had to smoke Fisher a little bit. The kid still isn't catching on. That new female attachment better not be a private.
I don't
know.
know.
As is.
I don't think it's a good idea to smoke the guys right before we go on a mission.
We're Rangers. It's a great idea. It keeps them on edge, especially a private like Fisher. And you keep saying how much rougher you had it back in the day.
Well, of course, I just meant I intended to...
Intended intentions. The road to hell is paved with good intentions. But aren't all roads paved with good intention? Then all good roads must lead to hell. Does that mean you must stumble your way to heaven?
Well, that shouldn't be too hard on this land. The roads here aren't paved at all.
A voice calls out and we are confused. Because I called and ye refused, I stretched my hand and no one noticed. The words come down without God's might. The words come down in faded light, and for the words we need a seer. From tenderly United States we praise God, shield freedom, hide hate, ignore God, and terribly miss her. I do not cry, but clarify, for God himself will testify. These are your volunteers.
Road construction will probably be the next goodwill project we do for these bastards. That way Haji can get the rockets here quicker. My guys are on a sleep schedule on the perimeter. I talked to Sergeant Weissman. First squad got a couple of scratches.
Who got bit?
Johnson and Wilkinson. Nothing serious, just stitches and band-aids. But the company commander's being cautious, so those two aren't going out with us, if we roll out. I'm heading back to my team. What's going on, Sergeant Ron?
Phone call.
Oh, good. For a while there, I thought you were going to do the right thing and quit the phone calls.
So did I.
Well, we'll leave you then. Staff Sergeant Mitchell, I'm going to check the perimeter.
Okay.
Staff Sergeant Mitchell, do you think we should check the perimeter?
All right.
Please, baby, don't ask me to understand. Silence. We've both made our mistakes, but our daughter raises the stakes, and we could not afford any more. We'll make it for Rachel. You'll make it for her, our daughter. I know your parents remit you money as payment for my inefficient pay. I know my means can't justly meet your ends. I know I cannot satisfy those needs. I know I'll never utter this aloud. At ease.
Morning, Sergeant Ron. How you doing? How's the wife?
I'm doing well, Sergeant. She's doing well also.
Our 4-month deployment has turned to 7, but your wife's a tough girl, right?
She knows how to handle herself, Sergeant.
Private Martin, go outside. I need to talk to Sergeant Ron, Martin, and that means I don't want to talk to you. Sergeant Ron, 2nd Squad is taking the next few patrols at points. You and Sergeant Williams are wiretied and can make up for Mitchell's recently idle understanding of Ranger technique. You got me? Is he getting the hang of things? He was sharp when I was a private, but that was a few years ago. If he hadn't gotten out, he'd be a platoon sergeant now.
I don't know, Sergeant. I can't really tell.
How did he do during the mortar attack?
Just fine. He got in there, took accountability.
Good. We don't have room for weakness.
But we have room for Private Martin. We don't have room for another squad leader.
You'll get promoted. Hang in there.
Probably after Will.
Sergeant Ron, we need you. Martin, get in here. This is Sergeant Ron.
Sergeant.
No one said for you to speak, Private. You're here to search female Afghans, Martin. That's your mission.
Does she know our mission?
She doesn't have a secret clearance. Obviously, this adds a level of complication that we didn't need. She'll be assigned to 2nd Squad for accountability. She just finished her training as a mail clerk 2 months ago and was promptly shipped here. 3rd class. You, Private, were screwed over by your chain of command, but you will not screw us over. Sergeant Ron, don't tell her anything she shouldn't know. Private Martin, do you understand what you're not allowed to know? You can speak now, Private.
I don't know, Sergeant.
Exactly. What a sharp kid. Private Martin, the squad leader of 2nd Squad is Staff Sergeant Mitchell, and the team leaders are Sergeant Ron and Sergeant Williams. If you need anything, just talk to them. Sua sponte, Sergeant Ron.
Of our own accord. Everyone in the squad outranks you. You listen to everyone. If someone says move, you move. If someone says stop, you stop. If someone says shoot, they're probably being sarcastic. Don't shoot. The squad will shoot anyone that needs to get shot. Do you know anyone that needs to get shot?
No.
No sergeant.
No, Sergeant.
Exactly, so don't shoot. And don't point your weapon at me or anyone else for that matter. It's a tool, not a toy.
Roger, Sergeant.
Don't say, Roger, Sergeant, you're not using a radio. Say, yes, Sergeant, or I do not understand, Sergeant.
Yes, Sergeant. I do not understand, Sergeant.
I'm a redneck, Martin. When I consider disjunctions, I consider them to be exclusive.
Sergeant?
Wait here in the bunker. I'm going to grab my team. If I'm not back in 15 minutes, go back to the command post. Do you have a night vision device?
Yes, Sergeant.
I've got receding hair and fading senses, and I'm only 30 years of age. You surely should have noticed such decay. Till 40, 50, hell, not to middle age. I've got to quit my bitching and shape up. But Jesus, thought the regiment had switched to rage with one day in and the next day out. I'm back in battalion 1 month. Just 1 short month, and I can feel each step. You'd think in an age when we reattach a sniper's 7th finger or a dead man's head, we'd be able to buy new knees and hardware. But there's no buying my way anywhere. I volunteer to come back in. Remember and recall how good life was when years ago, with just a little time, a few more months, I will get there again. How did the arm of a knife without a point? But war? Knives can be sharpened, but old boots are thrown out. So is man made out of metal or leather? I volunteered and Sam purchased his knees, my time, his back, my pain with your money. How am I old? Stateside, they call me young. Jesus. Who the hell are you?
Staff Sergeant?
Who the hell are you? Name and rank.
Staff Sergeant Private Martin, Staff Sergeant.
What are you doing here?
Staff Sergeant, someone told me to come here, and someone else told me to stay. Sergeant.
As journey's advent draws near, night's blanket fades for sun's imminent arrival. You can feel the cover slip silently away with a momentary drop in temperature, then the steady rise that summons you to chow. Who's that knocking on my door? Who's that knocking on my door? Who's that knocking on my door? Said the fair maiden.
Open the door, you fucking whore, said Ralph the Airborne Ranger. Open the door, you fucking whore, said Ralph the Airborne Ranger. What if Mom and Dad are home? What if Mom and Dad are home? What if Mom and Dad are home? Said the fair maiden. I'll fuck your ma and shoot your pa, said Ralph the Airborne Ranger. I'll fuck your ma and shoot your pa, said Ralph the Airborne Ranger. What if we should have a girl? What if we should have... Private Fisher! Quit stumbling around. Use your night vision device and tell me where we are.
Don't be a pussy, Fisher. Tell them we're in Afghanistan.
Afghanistan, Sergeant.
Do push-ups, Cherry. Where are we in relation to the bunker?
We're close to the bunker, Sergeant.
Get up, Fisher. Alpha team, remember what I said. We've got a female around, so watch your eyes, your manners, and your language.
Your dog tags are hanging out.
Are they?
Hey, what kind of high-speed stuff is this, Sergeant Ron? What's that yellow tag? It's fucking cute.
It's a plastic keychain.
Oh, I thought it was one of those I've got the HIV tags or something.
It's nothing that interesting.
It's not a label for peanut allergy?
No.
What about a menopause warning? You think they give out tags if you got menopause? Maybe Sergeant Mitchell knows.
Hey, watch it, dipshit!
I got the keychain from my daughter. It's got her picture glued to it.
Oh, not that sentimental. The only keepsake I've got is a naked picture of my girlfriend in my Kevlar.
Watch it, Ski. I've got that same picture in my Kevlar, and I'm plenty sentimental about it. Here comes Bravo team. Hey, Taylor, so you got that picture of Ski's girlfriend I gave you?
Roger, Specialist.
Are you sentimental about it?
Hell yeah, I am.
Bravo team is up, and we... Who the hell is this? Who the hell are you?
Sergeant, I'm Private Martin.
So says your uniform. What the hell are you doing here?
I'm not sure, Sergeant.
You are talking way too much, Private. She's here to search the female Hodges. Her name is Martin. She does not have a secret clearance. She's attached to our squad, and our squad will be taking point.
How much do you weigh, Private Martin?
Excuse me?
Excuse me, PFC Taylor.
How much do you weigh? 130? An extra 100+ pounds of baggage. I wear armor all around, ammunition and explosives, 1 day's water. And now we gotta carry you as well.